Zoop. 38 subscribers, brother. Just sitting still at. Well, that's nice. I appreciate your support. Today is April 14th. It will be the end of the school year before we know it. And just a real quick thing. This will be for assignment number 69 on Delta Math, just so that we can have something to look back at if the time should come. So the first thing is we're going to be multiplying trinomial times trinomial. And I don't think that we have done this yet, but I don't think also that you're going to have much trouble. The issue with trinomial times trinomial is that there are a lot of multiplications that have to go perfect. If anything goes awry, then the whole thing goes kapooper. So let's say we had a trinomial like 3x squared minus 4x minus 2, and we're going to multiply it by another trinomial like 2x squared plus x minus 5. So if you've been paying attention, you're going to answer this super quick. How many multiplication problems does this take to get through? It's exactly 9. Good job, Luke. There are 3 workers, each of whom has to do 3 jobs. And so we're going to have 3 layers now of our the products that we're going to have to add together. So I'll start with 3x squared, and you can kind of help me through this. Let's not mess up at all. What's this one going to equal? 6x to the 4th. Good. How about this second one here?
3x cubed.
Oh, 3x cubed.
So 3x cubed. Yeah, just follow my arrows, okay? Just keep following the arrows. And how about this last one over here?
Or negative 15x squared.
Negative 15x squared. Good. So we can say that red guy has done all 3 of his jobs. And so now we want to move on. It's really imperative that you stay organized with these longer problems. If there's any chaotic sort of do your own thing vibe to this, it can get out of hand in a hurry. So now I'm on to yellow guy, and same drill. He's going to multiply himself through. And so for his first one, what do we get?
Negative 8x.
And we want to always make sure that, remember that we put it underneath where it's supposed to go. So negative 8x cubed, and then for this fellow here.
Negative 8x.
And I do feel like we've probably gone over one of these before, but I don't exactly recall.
Plus 20x.
And then plus 20x. And so again, we're going to make now a new row because we have a third worker now, Mr. Negative 2, and he's going to do the same thing. So what's that going to be?
Negative 4x squared.
How about this second fellow here?
Negative 2x.
And the last guy?
Negative or positive 10.
Right. So assuming again that all of that goes well, which it has to, there can't be a blip there anywhere, then you just put your addition line underneath and combine your like terms. And if you're organized throughout the process, then your answer will auto-organize itself. You won't ever have to worry about putting things in the right order because it'll already be that way. So we're just going to drop this term down. So 6x to the 4th just shoot straight down. How many x cubes will we have? How many quadratics will we have? Negative 23. Okay, your heart was in the right place there. And then when we add our linear terms, what do we get? Plus 18x, and that's that, right? So that shouldn't be trouble. I just put 5 of those in there. It should take, like, what do you figure, a minute and a half each? No big deal. The ones that I definitely knew we needed to go over were the harder level ones. And that's where we're going to multiply multiple polynomials together. And I didn't click through a ton. I clicked through like 4 or 5. And every time what I saw was something like this. What's that? Right, but I am done now. There are 4. So you guys have any thoughts on how we would go about multiplying 4 polynomials together? Cooper? You certainly can. You can do this. You can work your way. I often teach kids, like, if they struggle with 3 to the 4th power when they're first learning it, like, we know now that it's 81, but before we learn that, one easy way to explain to people how to do 3 to the 4th power is instead of getting overwhelmed by the process of number stacking, like 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, most normal people get stuck on 27 times 3. So how we avoid this in mathematics is we divide it up. And so like I could take this little pairing here, what's 3 times 3? And then another pairing, what's 3 times 3? And then of course, what's 9 times 9? Right, so that avoids us ever having to do 3 times 27. Well, the reason I'm telling you that is because we can use the exact same logic on this. We can take these two, which I would imagine by now we can do relatively well, like with almost 100% accuracy. And then we can do these two, and then we'll multiply their answers together, which will turn it back into one of the problems like we just did. So let's see how fast we can go. We've been practicing, I hope. When we take the red underline ones and we multiply them together, what do we get?
3x plus 6x.
Okay.
And then negative 2x
Mhm.
plus 4.
Minus 4. So that's the answer to the red math problem. And I sometimes this would be an exaggeration, but I know you've done literally at least 100 of these by now, like for real in assignments, assuming you do your work in this class, that you've done 100 of them. That's a lot. And so you should be pretty good and quick at that. Let's take a look at the yellow ones now. When we multiply the yellow ones. Nice job. And then I don't really think I need to finish this with you because I value your time. But at this point, you see now what you've created is just a problem with a trinomial times a trinomial, which you would have already practiced before you get to this part of the assignment. Does that make sense? So that's not the only way to do it, but I'm not going to teach you any other way. I don't want to support bad habits. And so if you ever see a long list like this, divide it up into pieces and then multiply the answers to the pieces together. I don't want to endorse any other strategy. It's not proper. So, any questions? All right. The rest of the hour is yours. You can work on 68 if you're still slacking around on that, or you can, if you're done with 68, you can head on to the next assignment and get that one going too. All right.